Rotten Apples. We got all that.
Not so Super Bowl.
That was a good one. With the first Stanleys. That was a good one, too.
I agree.
Which one?
The first Stanleys.
I like the first episode, though, too.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the remake. I've been meaning to.
Yeah. I jammed up the timing.
Where's the fucking thing at?
He put it's like before.
Nah, see, I don't have it on this one.
There's a ton of them. There's 100 of them, man.
It's
no, but I had
marinated and bent.
I had to get a new one because I broke my other one, and it doesn't have it on.
Oh, you had to get a new phone?
I have to re-listen to the first one. It's been obviously a fucking.
Here we go. It is on here.
It's been 2 years.
How do you look up? Oh yeah, here. You go.
Superhuman. I don't even remember that one.
I think that was when we. That was kind of a. Not
Are we just trying to say what kind of?
I like the one where we watched.
Well, let's get onto the show. All right. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's rock this.
All right. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. I'm John.
I am Nick.
And I am Jamie.
Doesn't get old. Sorry. So we are at episode 101. And we didn't do a cheesy kind of year in review type of thing. I think we're just doing, and Nick, this was your idea. We were going to do not a year in review, like look back at 2019, but look back at 100 episodes.
That's huge for a podcast to have
Yes.
100 episodes. Granted, we're not raking in the money, but
It's okay.
I think it's huge. I mean, we would have done it last week, but we did our first video, so we didn't want to just cheese it up with a bunch of stuff that if people are on YouTube and don't know our show, they're not going to know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, but I'm super psyched to talk about. There's a lot of goodness in here, and there's stuff I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and listen to them all if I really wanted to remember.
Well, please do, because it'll get our clicks up. But yeah, it's 100 episodes in. We are somewhat middle-aged. I'm definitely middle-aged. more middle-aged than you guys are.
Not much.
Guys that decided to do podcasts. We decided to do this podcast way back when. It took us a while to sort of get our ducks in a row. Finally made the commitment. It didn't help that I went to San Diego for 2 years, and so that put it on a hold. But we were talking about it for a while. And the whole impetus of this was that we were, and I'll just revisit, is that we were three guys that whenever we'd have parties in our neighborhood, we'd all get together and just by the conversation alone, we'd all start to gravitate to one another and then start talking shit about comic books, movies, TV shows, sci-fi, fantasy, superhero genre, and we just geek out over it. We'd put our nerd caps on and we go to town, just sort of recapping our childhood, talking about what was really cool in current pop culture, and we just decided, let's do a podcast. We finally got it done, kicked it off. Most podcasts, and I think I might have mentioned this before, they last about 6 episodes, and then they die on the vine. Because everybody can do it now, but it really takes some commitment. And if you think about it, we're not 16-year-old kids, right? We do, and I don't want to send this home too much because I know we mentioned it more than a handful of times, but we do have lives, busy lives. You guys have very young children. I have, teenage kids, and we have full-time jobs and everything, but we got there. We got to 100 episodes.
That's my phone. But I need it because I need it recognized. So you're just going to have to deal with it.
That's all right. But we got to 100 episodes. This is our 101st episode. And so we're going to do a little bit of a recap with some of our favorite episodes over the past 2 years. And, talk about the things that we loved, talk about things that were really funny, and talk about maybe some things that maybe didn't land right on the mark, but we're good either way. So let's get into it. 100 episodes in.
Well, all in all, too. I mean, the main thing was just to have fun.
Yes, that's a great point.
That's like, it was just all in all. It's fun to just BS about the stuff we like.
Yeah, and to your point, Nick, it's like we're not making money off this, and we're not crushing it.
Yeah, and I can I really necessarily wouldn't nerd out to guys at work. They'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah.
Well, you live in a different work environment than I do.
Yeah,
I got
like
a lot of people I know.
No, but some of the guys
are all marveled up and geeked up. So
yeah, some of the guys feel like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah. How about put a ball game on and
Yeah.
see, the lovely thing about me is I can talk both.
That's true. You guys have the duality.
I do. I can go sports.
Yeah.
Except for basketball and baseball, I can do hockey and football all day long.
And I'm looking at you right now while you say that, you man of all men, and you got some glitter on your face.
Probably from my daughter.
From your daughter. You're probably like that guy on the video with the fairy wings entertaining his little girl.
I know people talk about this all the time.
You're a Renaissance man.
Oh, yeah.
Glitter, man. Fuck glitter. Dude, I hate when they tease you with that shit where they give you that stupid like the Christmas balls with the shit glitter and shit like that. Yeah. That's the other thing.
Shit up.
Busted. Smell like that, or
Why do you smell, Daddy? Why do you smell? Well,
you smell like pussy perfume. Now, if you're using perfume for your pussy, that's probably not a good thing.
yeah, you're covering up something down there.
Yeah.
Something rotten in Denmark.
Yeah.
But I
At least if you can't see it, it's probably at least okay.
your eyes are watering and you got issues. So we started the podcast. We first released the podcast on January 25th, 2018. And
What's today's date?
Today's date is January 13th, 2020.
Oh, shit.
But to your point, both of your points is that we did it for fun. I remember in the first episode, because I did go back and listen to a handful, and we're going to recap some of our favorites. We at the very least we said that it's gonna be an excuse for us to get together on the regular, and I got a burp, and get together on the regular and talk about the things we love, and also and again at the very least have a little time capsule of who we were, when we were, and what we were into at that point in time. And I think we've done that.
Yeah, and I like how it's in your basement where you got like unused fucking fitness equipment.
Yeah.
A refrigerator
unused. How dare
refrigerator full like
that shit hasn't moved since we started this fucking thing. Don't even tell me
a refrigerator full of like pinkies up beer. You know what I mean?
My right arm.
Pinkies up, dude.
I've opened and closed that refrigerator.
And then a Lego X-Wing, dude. I like that. You know what I mean?
It is not your mother's basement.
No, it's cool as shit. You can hear people flushing toilets. I like that. I like that.
So speaking of which, the first description
that's a difference.
Of the first episode was fresh from the basement with sounds of barking dogs, running water, and some cringe-worthy jokes comes the debut episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. In this week's show, the boys reflect on their Star Wars: The Last Jedi experience, and they explore the mystery of Luke Skywalker's Mistress of the Sea.
So the first
and that was titled "Marinated in Bantha Milk."
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's such a good title.
Yeah.
But I got to give you credit. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
You've made some good titles, man. You're
sir.
very clever in
Good
your wordplay.
tie-ins.
Yeah.
You're very good.
Thank you, sir.
And the fact that like we milked that out to like the last episode.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah, I think we milked that out to the last episode. I mean, shit, 100.
Yeah,
Nick couldn't help himself. I refrained, but Nick wasn't helping himself at all.
that started it all. Might as well end it all. Seriously.
So think about that. Some of the things that have endured, definitely our hatred for the
Ryan Johnson. Just say Ryan Johnson.
Yes,
dude's a fucking dude's a dipshit.
Although he just put out a tweet today. I was
Fuck
telling
him.
John,
I don't give a shit what he put
he's
out.
saying he's still in talks with Lucasfilms, but they have not verified anything on their.
Yeah,
next.
he's talking to them. They're not talking back.
Yeah,
Or he's just trying to stay safe.
that's a one-ended phone call, dude.
Although, Knives Out, $459 million, I think.
Who cares?
But you kind of don't want them to be successful.
I'll never see his shit. I don't care if it was fucking phenomenal. The greatest movie of all time. He ruined an all-time great. He ruined my favorite character in the whole genre.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him for that. I just wish he never did it. Like I could go and watch his other movies.
We're going to do that. We might as well.
Okay. Real quick, I'm going to glaze over it like a donut. Listen,
you brought the fucking shit up.
I did. Talking about you tripping over the well because I stayed away from it. But this week, I'm going to first episode. I'm dabbling. Fuck it. I'll watch his other shit. I wish the guy never did the fucking Last Jedi. I would just straight up. That's all. That's if I could take anything back.
Of course.
I think that would have been cool and like totally different if they just said, you know what, dude, we fucked up. Let's pretend it didn't happen.
My point to Knives Out and all that stuff is some directors are built to direct sci-fi and all that genre. Yeah. Some directors, Scorsese and other ones, are not.
Yeah,
and he's not. Well, he can direct a satire comedy all fucking day he wants.
Yeah.
And when you have a cast of all Oscar nominees, sure, it's probably going to work out phenomenal, dude.
Sure.
Try directing people that don't have credentials.
Yo,
he can't do it.
Real quick, too.
Try directing a massive scaled movie. They're smaller movies. They're smaller.
Well, I already told you last week. I felt like 2 weeks ago that I think Disney's already gone in the wrong direction with massive scale with these movies. I think it's wrong.
Well, Mandalorian proved that.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead, Jamie.
Off topic a little bit. Is Joker out yet?
Yeah, you can get it from rental.
No shit.
Do you know what? 11 Oscar noms for Joker.
I want to watch it.
It might be buy only. I'm not sure.
I gotta watch that.
Just go to Target. Pick it up on DVD.
Sick. Is there still a Blockbuster? I think I saw my membership card.
Get your Redbox.
There's still Redbox. They're at Walgreens, brother.
But
that's saving some money. But
finally, I've been trying to stay awake, but I've been powering through The Boys, and I'm like really hooked on it.
Dude,
now.
It's so good, isn't it?
Dude, it is so. I don't know how to describe it though, but it is so realistic to the fact that if there was superheroes, that is totally fathomable. Dude, how that would go down. It's totally realistic.
3 things would happen if they're real superheroes. A, they would be real good people and help people. Probably not. Or they would profit like this. Or they just take over the fucking world.
No, but
man.
Come on. If you're like Highlander or whatever, what the hell is his name?
Homelander, yeah. But the perfect example of that is the plane. When it goes down, that is a total perfect example of how that would be handled.
Yes. Dude, it's an allegory for Hollywood is what it is.
Yeah. Can I do this? I don't think we can do this, but we can't save just one person because they're going to dime us out.
Yeah.
And then they're conflicted. Dude, it's really well thought out.
Think about all think about all the dirty shit that happens in Hollywood, but because you're a celebrity, you're a kid in college that might be selling, weed candy at a party. Mm-hmm. You can go to jail for 50 years because it's still Scheduled 1 or some shit like that.
In certain states,
you could kill somebody in Hollywood and not go to jail at all.
Or just entertainment in love. There's been people in football that got away with that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can rape them and drug them and all that stuff and get away with it.
Exactly. Where it's all about the bottom dollar. At the end of the day, can John Ahern, can you make me $100 million? I'll make this go away.
Exactly.
And if you're friends with a couple people that don't want you to dime them out, you can magically hang yourself. Yeah. Or not. Yeah.
Magically hang yourself.
Or not.
Break your neck
or
in
not.
3 places.
Yeah, or not. With the cameras turned off.
Although, not to go there, but it's kind of funny that they're getting more publicity off the son leaving
the the Epstein thing?
No, the Epstein thing is shit. The Epstein, I'm not talking about that. Damn motherfucker, I'm just fucking up tonight. No, the
101. We're off to a good start.
No, the royal family, the son.
Charles.
He's leaving, right? He wants
not Charles.
Meghan and
Meghan Markle and Prince whatever.
Prince Harry.
Right. Harry. He wants to leave, but here they got the Epstein thing going on with one royal family, and nobody's really talking about him fucking young girls.
Yeah.
Which is totally illegal, totally wrong or morally, but they're worried about the one son leaving.
Dude,
like, how fucked up is that?
No wonder aliens don't want to come and visit us. They're looking at this carnival called the planet Earth, and they're like going, ooh, they're not ready.
Yeah.
They're not ready.
They're not ready for warp drive.
How many trillions of planets are there? Well, we'll stay away from that for a while. Maybe they'll burn themselves out.
Yeah, the men can barely handle pussy. They can definitely not handle warp drive.
They fuck dead beavers on the side of the road.
And we're going to get to that.
We will.
So here we are. We're going to reflect on 100 episodes. It's not like it's a lifetime legacy, but it is 100 episodes of things that we dedicated ourselves to the show, and I think we had a fun time doing it. So we have lists. 5. We're going to talk about highlights. We're going to talk about some of our favorite episodes and
some of the lowlights.
We're gonna go up our own asses and be a little self-indulgent and talk about how much fun we had and why we had it, and what particular episodes were.
Ryan Johnsoned a couple episodes.
Can't all be gems.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the foundation of our show. Is that motherfucker?
So, Nicholas, are you locked and loaded?
No. Well, John, lead the way.
Do you want me to lead the way? Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'll go first. Like I said, I recapped what our first the description of our first episode was way back in January 25th, 2018. My list with that is obviously the first episode, Marinated in Bath of Milk. I like it for the sentiment. I like it because it had
number one.
That's number one. It's because
I think we had a lot of fire in our belly on that one too.
We did. And I remember
we were nervous. We were nervous. I remember you were really nervous about the opening. You were like,
yes.
I remember Cindy not pulling me aside, but we were talking, and she goes, John's really nervous about the opening.
I felt good about it. I felt really good about that one.
You were the only thing you didn't like. I remember you saying, "It's like, do I really talk like us?"
Yeah, I was weird.
Spicoli.
Yeah, I was weird about the the playback. Hearing your own voice is kind of weird.
It was I think for all of us.
But that was after. I had that thought after, really.
But I was really stoked about when you push publish, and then of course Apple does its thing, and we distribute through Libsyn, and you got to wait a little while because they got to clear it. They got to make sure you're not jamming anything up or putting any porn out there. And
that's on our other shit.
Yeah, that's the other mother's basement.
That's not your mother's basement, right?
But as soon as we got that one down, and I really labored over making sure that we had a nice tight intro. And it's not like, to your point, there was nerves. But it was our first episode.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Like I said, I haven't listened to it in a long time.
Yeah,
but when I heard it, I thought it was fine. I thought you were great.
Yeah, and I thought everybody did well. And the thing that to that point, Nick, the takeaway was, and we continue, I still believe in this wholeheartedly, is that I think the three of us have great chemistry together, and that we all play off of one another's strengths. And it was really evident in that first episode, which was like, it's the first episode was a fucking dumpster fire. It would be hard to get to the second episode.
Yeah.
But I think it had something.
Trust me, we had a lot of meat on that bone right there.
Yeah, we did have
like 100 episodes worth.
So moving on, it's one of my favorite episodes, and I guess I'm not going to rank them except for that one. That one was really it's sentimental.
You don't need to rank.
Yeah, I'm saying the fire in the belly thing. I'm telling you, because we had a lot to talk about because we never did it before, and I think that was interesting in itself.
And it was fresh in our minds. You know what I mean? Yeah. We just saw it. You're talking about Last Jedi?
No, but just in general, like us, like
the first episode,
like we had a lot to talk about because we never did it before.
I forget what episode it was. It was like first 5. I didn't really feel like extremely comfortable until maybe the 4th or 5th episode. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
I remember you coming up to me, Jamie, and like, dude, you sounded really good that night. I don't know which episode it was, but it was early on. You know what I mean? And then, because I did feel good. You know what I mean? The first couple, I was fine, but I was like hesitant to say what I wanted to say. I'm sure you guys were in the same boats because...
Yeah, I just didn't like my voice. Like the first one, I was like, "What the fuck?"
But you kept thinking about that. You kept thinking about your voice when after you listen to the first one, you're like, "Man, do I sound stupid while I'm talking?"
Yeah, I sound like a stoner.
Of course, you're subconscious.
But then after a while, you embrace it. Like sometimes I always miss say people's names.
Yeah.
It's a big joke on the show now.
Yeah,
I embrace it now. I'm like, fuck, I don't. Taika Waititi. What the fuck
it's a nickism.
Yeah, it's a nickism. Exactly. So
You're actually pretty good on that one, though.
Yeah, I'm getting there. John's been teaching me, schooling me over here.
But the big thing is that to that point, Nick, I remember you telling me that you had to do a speech at a wedding, right?
Yeah, I did. Baker's.
That's hard as shit. That's fucking
But you
hard.
said because of the show, you felt like you had a better handle on it.
I did.
That's
I did.
nice. See?
Yeah, well, because you never listen to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know really if you're articulating the right way or you're not, or you sound stupid. And I just felt like after all the times listening to myself before that, because I think, he got married 4 months after we started. I started to realize, pick up on things that I could do better. I mean, I'm still no
Well, quick. Real quick. Say the director's name of Lord of the Rings, Guillermo del Toro.
That actually should be the number one right there. Because
that's bringing it back.
Because that's
there.
like me getting like George Lucas wrong.
Yeah.
Come
Steven
on,
Spielberg.
Yeah, but he had a fucking passion about it. Dude.
He was, dude.
I was committed.
You know what? I
was
didn't
not
question
letting it
him.
go, yeah.
You know, well, at least you caught on to him that episode. I was like, I think it's Peter Jackson, but I don't want to question him.
I found it kind of odd because that's like his area of expertise too.
Right, we
and I was
all
like,
have our own thing.
do I want to step in this? I don't really want to, but
It just goes to show you confidence is everything.
Yeah.
I've been in many meetings where someone comes off strong and I'm like, maybe I should keep my mouth shut on this one. And you find out later, it's like, he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. So, one of my favorite episodes is obviously when we brought Jerry on and
With the double Spocks.
we did Tale of
That
Two,
was going to be one of mine.
Tale of Two Spocks. And Jerry started getting into talking about Star Trek because he was a big fan of Star Trek, and he said he's like, I don't get it. You know, you got Spock and two Spock. Two fucking Spocks, you know? Like, how the fuck is there two Spocks?
He does a good imitation of Jerry.
But
Jerry may not think so.
It brought Jerry into the fold. He's been on the show more than anybody. He brings so much to the show when he is here.
He's still waiting for his golden cape, John. I thought it was on back order.
Handcrafted, man. It's made from Himalayan silk. It's got
Bullshit. It's made in China with a fucking 10-year-old with a gun hilt.
With all the other Apple products are made.
But it really brought Jerry, like I was saying, Jerry into the fold, and he's been one of our best and most frequent guests. And some great nuggets have come out of those conversations with Jerry.
Jerry's just, I mean, yes, he's our own superhero. In truth to that, I mean, he does so much. Firefighter, you know, he's a cop.
Police officer, yeah.
But he's just so. I don't mean disrespect by saying, but he's like a lovable guy. You know what I mean? It's like The Rock. You know what I mean? He's just like, it's Jerry, man.
Good personality.
Yeah, he's just like a decent, and you know he's like a good dude. You know what I mean? You're like talking to him, and he just does everything right, and it just, you know, he might not know all the topics of conversation, but he definitely, I remember when he brought out that piece of paper, we got cut. Remember?
That's right. I forgot about that.
He cut it. Like, he was thought out. I forget. I hope he still has it, because I'd like to like put a poster on that, because that motherfucker
on the gram.
That was. Do you remember that? He really well thought out shit.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded great, and because we didn't have enough memory, I don't remember how it went down. It was fucking well thought out. I mean,
he had show notes. He had show notes. You fuckers don't even come with show notes. Jerry came with show notes.
I did in the beginning.
That's a fact.
He did too. We don't anymore.
No.
Just because we're so good, we don't need it.
I'm off the cuff.
Fluid.
I think it's better for me and him.
Especially
I totally
Jamie.
agree.
Yeah, I'm off the cuff, dude.
Especially
I totally
Jamie.
agree. I'm the one that needs.
I'm flying from the seat of my pants.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That is a fact.
One of the other shows that I want to mention is it was December 2018. It was Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah. Is that when we saw it?
Yeah.
And I like that. That was cool.
No, that was Infinity War. We didn't do Endgame.
I like that. When I thought that was fucking cool.
Do it. We were here like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
I would like to eventually do that to another movie like that. Like,
You should do it with Dune.
When is that?
I would do it with Dune, but I don't know if he's. You have to watch the
I don't
original.
Know I don't know shit about Dune.
We'll figure it out. We'll do it again for sure. Whatever the movie is, we'll do it.
That was fucking cool.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
And that was how did we even come up with the idea? I forget how we did that.
I think we just stoked about it.
I think we were like talking the week before, and we're like, well, "What do you guys want to do for this?" And you made the point like, "I want to do it the next day or something like that." And then one of us said, "Why don't we just fucking do it that night, dude, and just jam it in?"
Yeah, and we should do it again.
It was good because we were fucking fired up about it.
Yes,
because it was good. It was great. It was amazing. I didn't think they could top Infinity War with Endgame, and they did. But that's a different story. But it was good.
Yeah,
it was a combination of 10 years in part
10
one.
10 years, man.
10 fucking years. But it was so good, we couldn't wait to talk about it. It was just... Now, although, on the flip side, I would have loved... was the reason why we started the show, to see The Last Jedi and then talk about it afterwards. That would have been phenomenal.
We would have had to do a part 2 because we had to let that shit sink in.
Yeah, Nick was blowing it, dude. Like, he had the proverbial cock in his mouth. He was on it.
All right, you brought me to the light, dude.
It wasn't just you.
I was 7.5, man. I was 7.5.
Yeah, your boy over there was... He wasn't far off. So
wait a second. Have you seen The Rise of Skywalker yet?
I have not.
Then you have nothing to talk about over there.
No, I do, because I'm still like a little bit sick in my stomach. But that's the amount of like ambition I have to watch that.
Just to put it into context, we, obviously we went and saw not the Rise of Skywalker. We went and saw Infinity War. We got so stoked about it. We decided to, right after it, we were going to record a show and then we published. Yeah. We published that night too.
That's right. You
not we, you. You published it.
Yeah, we went guerrilla style and we just were like, let's do this.
That was a really good episode. I don't mean to I have to
re-listen to it,
but it was a good episode because it was fun.
Because we were fired up, man. We were
fresh in our mind.
We went into this with how they going to pull this off.
Yes,
you put all these characters in it, and they fucking did it brilliantly, and we were stoked. We were just.
And I remember it's like, and these were neck and neck, so I'm just going to lump them together since we started talking about it, and I realized I forgot that we did that, honestly. But and that's why I picked Endgame. But I remember when we recorded Endgame, the joy that we felt.
Yeah, it was like a kid on Christmas
because they spiked the ball. I mean, in a big way, and it just came through in the podcast,
right?
For sure. And it was just one of those things to where, you said it, Nick, a culmination of 10 years of watching these Marvel movies, and we got to talk about it and then share our opinions and our voice with
and it's
people.
Not too often all our opinions align. I mean, we all like the same shit, but let's be realistic.
Yeah, you guys fucking are crybabies about Ghostbusters too.
You should be crying about that movie.
Dude, Bigger the Carpathian.
Yeah, the fact that you remember that name, that's sad.
Or Johnny, he's from the Upper West Side.
That is funny, actually. I'll give you
it's
that.
Fucking funny, and it's good.
So this is
James.
Go ahead.
I don't even want to say go.
Winston,
dude, and he's like fucking pissed. That's a good movie,
dude. Dancing Statue of Liberty and end of list.
Okay, that's fine. I can look past that.
Nobody else can.
I can.
That's where it falls short for me, really.
Yeah,
the Statue of Liberty thing.
Whatever, dude. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Crouching Iron Fist, Hidden Beaver. Thursday, September 13th.
That's one of mine, too.
Yeah. So it's like, JB, we broke format. It was one of the times that
he brought up the article.
He brought it up. It was about you thought it was Washington Township. It turned out to be like Washington State.
No, you thought it was Washington State.
I listened to the episode again.
Yeah, you thought it was your...
You thought it was your fucking neighborhood or something like that. And it was ended up being...
said, you know what? You said Washington... I thought you said Washington Township.
Don't project, motherfucker.
No.
It was you.
No.
I
didn't listen to that episode.
I published a retraction and corrected it was Washington State. But the story was, and it was actually in our preamble, and we started introducing preambles into the show. A lot of times we do the warm up
because some of that shit's just off the cuff. It's funny. We're just BSing.
It's gold. We struck gold with this. It was basically, just so the listeners know, it was a story that Jamie had brought to the table about this guy who was a meth addict, and a woman had hit a beaver. The beaver was almost dead. She went to go get a box to go take it to a vet. And by the time she got back, this meth-addled, drug addict had his pants down, laying on top, trying to hump this beaver.
He was racing against rigor mortis.
Yes, exactly. We cried.
He was trying to get the stiffy before it got stiffed.
Yeah, he didn't want it to go cold, dude.
And I forgot that Jerry was part of this, but during that, we all start roaring when you tell this story. And Jerry, as subtle as can be, he goes, "Nice beaver." Of course, a quote from Naked Gun 33.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that was one of my favorites. And then last but not least, what we're looking forward to in 2020, our last episode, because sentimentally, again, I'm bookending this. Not because I thought it was the absolute best episode, but it was episode 100. And that's a flag, that's a definite...
a feat.
Yeah, an accomplishment in my mind. So go ahead. That's my episodes.
Well, you took a couple of mine.
I
Obviously, the 2 Spocks, loved it, the beaver. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a home run. There was a couple. Give me a second. I gotta
you hear some interference from his fucking phone.
Go fuck yourself, Jamie. Seriously.
Although honorable mentions, well, I liked there was one thing that stood out was when we first started, we kind of told one another that we were going to keep it real and we were going to talk like we talk. We weren't going to. As a matter of fact, I remember when I started doing the intros, hello and welcome to this episode, I started getting a little shticky. And when I was getting shticky, I was like, ew, that sounds terrible.
You didn't like?
I was like, hello and welcome to this episode. I was like,
you sound like,
like some cheesy radio host from the 60s and 70s.
Like an Imus Blowhart.
Exactly. Yeah. He's dead. He just died.
Well, not to beat a dead horse, but I do like the one episode where we went still fucking hating on The Last Jedi. Because it was just so off the cuff.
But it was like 12 or 13 episodes later.
Yeah, we weren't even projected to talk about it. And somehow, it wasn't me this time. I believe it was you.
Okay.
No, Jamie. If I remember correctly, and I will go back and research this for fact
it's
check.
It's possible. I'm just saying you did that.
I think you launched it because I was trying to hold back.
And episode 100?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's right. We were trying to put a moratorium on hating on The Last Jedi.
But we all went off. Every one of us did.
Because John laid down the ground rules. It's like, listen, we got to stop talking about it. And then we fucking fell down the well. Yo, that's the one episode I like too, is when somebody was bitching about us cursing.
That's what I
love that.
It was
the
wives. It was my wife and his wife.
Dude, so he's bitching about cursing.
And your mother-in-law.
And my mother-in-law. And they were like, you guys curse too fucking much. So we were like, fuck this, fuck that.
Yeah, and I can't help myself.
So that was March.
You put it down. You put the gauntlet down. We're going.
So that was March of 2018. So
that was another one. That was another one I was going to point out.
Yeah. So basically, that was titled F-Bombs News and Small Screen Beginnings.
I got to listen to that one again. That was good.
And then we had another episode because I think our wives revisited it again and we're like, cut down the cursing, which was we curse a lot in this one. And it was one of those things where it was a turning point where I know you and I were talking about maybe we should reel it in a little bit because we're looking for honest feedback from people that we love, and they said temper the cursing, and then we were like, nah, we're not going to do that.
That's just not who we are. I mean, We're doing a podcast. We, if anything, we've all learned. You're a big Howard Stern fan.
Well, how do you PG fucking a beaver? You can't.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
My point was, though, people that make it, not saying we're going to make it, but if we're going to put our cards on the table, let's be honest with who we are and not fucking try
to. I like you bring up Stern. Like his mythology is, it's not the fact that you can curse, it's just the fact that it's normal conversation. How many people are like, hey man, I feel really bad today, or it's like, hey, I feel real fucking shitty today, dude.
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
Well, you know what? I'm watching the 4th season of The Expanse on
really good
on Amazon.
Yeah,
and because it's on Amazon and not on Sci-Fi, they're cursing. It is so awesome. The dialogue,
but they
is
do
fantastic.
it well. They don't like
It's not gratuitous.
But they also like in that text message when she texts back him in like the first episode, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, it was really nice how they did it that
But
way.
that's the point. That's the point. It's like it's normal. That's
I'm
fucking
telling you,
normal.
the dialogue is so much better in this season. And it's a good show to begin with.
Yeah, and if you gotta if you gotta put a filter on yourself, then you contemplate what you're talking about and stuff, because if we put a filter on, then we wouldn't have been talking about a meth head fucking a dead beaver.
Exactly. And
that's a fact.
And straight jizzing would have never made it.
Straight jizzing, dude.
See, there you go.
Which I like straight jizzing, dude. That's straight up funny.
Now, another one I liked was Ready Player One.
Oh yeah, that was
just
good.
Because we all started joking around about John having shit in the corner, which I still see it's not complete yet. You know,
yeah, just
my full body VR haptic suit.
Listen,
well, you got the VR upstairs. We're just waiting for you to bring it down.
If John had the video working, he does have a chair turned around, and is that a jizz rag right on the floor, dude? Don't grab a black one.
That's my shame.
It's all crusty, Jamie. I wouldn't use that for you.
That's my shame chair.
I could just see him hunched over, just fucking smacking his clown around.
I love that whole episode where we just were going with it. Even in the movie, it was all nostalgia. It was fucking great shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It was a harken back to the 80s. It really
oh yeah, it was great.
It dug into that, to your point, nostalgia.
Yeah, it tickled the John Hughes fancy in me. You know what I mean? I was good.
It was awesome. And there was one more. Oh, I like the Han Solo one. I only like it because it was one of our highest rated episodes. And you go back and re-listen to it. And it really is gold because we really give an honest opinion. And I love that's the one episode where I felt like we were all on the same page. It got shit on because of the wrong reason.
Oh, it got fucked.
It got fucked because of the wrong reason.
It did. I got raked through the coals for no reason. It's a good movie. I actually watched it not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Yeah. It's good. I liked it.
Yeah. It's still cranks. I don't know what it is. I wish I could replicate, whether it's hashtags or whatever the fuck it is. Solo probably means something in another language, and somebody picked it up in Brazil or some shit like
solo.
that.
It means you're solo. He's a loner.
Yeah,
that's all it means.
And Rogue One fucking kicked ass.
Yes.
Now here, real quick, Rogue One, because damn it, he hasn't seen The Last Jedi. But anyway, you've seen Mandalorian, right? Me and John were talking about where would you rank. If you added the Mandalorian, the series, into the episodes and all the movies, where would you rank that?
I think it's still behind Rogue One.
Oh, no, fuck you both.
No, because listen, I love Mandalorian. I don't want to take anything away from that because that's what I want. That type of shit is what I want. I'm just saying Rogue One was done so well and how they fucking tied everything in. That is a feat in itself. The way they tied everything in a tasteful manner that had me fucking jacking my fucking dick. I was like, man, this is fucking crazy. What's going on here? When fucking at the end, when Darth Vader's storming the halls and all you see is a red lightsaber, dude, tell me you weren't
actually, you know what's funny about that scene? That actually wasn't in the movie. They added that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be in the movie.
I thought because
they wanted.
Yeah, seriously.
They said they wanted more Vader. They said there wasn't enough Vader.
Where was that guy? The Last Jedi ago.
If that was Jon Favreau, I'm gonna go and change my kid's name right now.
Yeah, seriously.
my thing is, don't get me wrong, I loved it.
This bear with his
I
fucking
loved
claws,
it.
man.
I loved it, but I just think that the Mandalorian just had hit the right notes.
It hit all the right notes for me.
And I was thinking about what you said in the podcast about the prison break. Yeah. I think it was more showing his capabilities that they always talk about, how much of a badass he is. I was listening to it the other, obviously. So and I was like, I didn't have a rebuttal when you said that, but I think that puts a little more perspective on how much of a badass he was.
Yeah, he took out a bunch of badasses.
I liked all the episodes.
I mean, that's what I mean. If you put it in a movie frame, I thought outside the original trilogy, for me, it's the next thing.
It was good, dude.
You know, so
solid.
And it sets the stage for it's a new hope, you know. It really is.
Because of not having a piece of shit.
That they can take the franchise in the right direction.
Yeah, and there's only one episode. I liked them all, but there's only one episode when we had 4 people on. I thought it was too much. With my buddy Mark, your buddy Pat, and I'm not really big on going all Christian or,
Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like it just...
It went a little too far.
Well, and like I was saying earlier, that was modern day mythology, and that episode, it was one of those things where I talked about the dynamic between the three of them.
It was the exact opposite about fucking a beaver.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think that's the exact opposite of
the rhythm wasn't there.
The basis of our show. Whether it's four people or it was a point trying to get across.
It was something I wouldn't normally talk about.
And I get you have a guest on, they're going to want to have their point across, but it's just not who we are as a show. I didn't feel it. And if there's one negative show, not that it was negative, it still was a great show because I think all our shows are great. Even Foot Boopers or
Fruit Booters
that I wasn't on, that he fucking raked me to the fucking cold.
You took that like a champ.
I came on the next week and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
But I said I was sorry.
Fruit Booters or
Fruit Booters.
Fruit Booters. That's it.
He was talking about like
it made it to the title.
It's it. I was looking on it now, and I was going to be in my top five, and I'm thinking I wasn't on that fucking episode. And fuck Jamie, I'm not giving him.
But you did like the episode.
I did. You son of a bitch.
It was funny.
That is, and that's the biggest thing. I look forward to this every week because I enjoy you guys. I laugh my ass off, and we talk about all this stuff that I love. So.
And we drink a beer.
I'll tell you what. What did you bring over? That was
I don't know, but the can looks like more. It's still like modern shit.
That's not the beer I brought over.
Single cut,
so good.
That was delicious.
You go right to this, and you're like,
dude, I genuinely like funk silent disco.
So do I. And I was
but going from that to this, I was like, ooh, I got to make it easier.
Yeah, well, I don't drink it.
I
just judge by your cans, and that last can was fucking whack, dude.
That last can was elegant. Pinky out, you bitch.
Dude,
you just don't like the fact it had a wrench on it and didn't look pink.
No, it had nothing to do with it. That's the point. You said industrial arts. Does that really go together?
Yeah,
it's fucking.
Wait till your kid.
Wankerville.
Wait till your kid asks to go to an expensive college for that degree. Dad, I want a degree in industrial arts.
Good luck getting paid, motherfucker.
Well, Jamie, you got anything over there, brother?
Highlights, lowlights, things that sort of struck your fancy.
I think we talked about all the ones I liked. I mean,
can I add one more thing?
Yeah,
the Super Bowl when the Eagles won. I loved it.
Yeah.
I gotta add that little nod because I mean, fuck, man, we're both Eagles fans.
Yeah,
shit, dude.
Yeah,
and one Steelers fan.
Yeah,
6.
Is he really? Is he really?
Dude, you guys know I'm not a fucking hardcore football guy. Wait, football's the one with the oblong ball, the brown one?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's one where you like trip people when you run close to the sidelines.
Wait, who scores the points?
See, he didn't even get that. So
no, he didn't.
I heard what you said.
Dick.
We had one that I liked, and it's not even fan service for my kids, but I did like that they brought the video games.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I was all the Red Dead. I like the Red Dead Redemption.
That's another highly rated show, man.
Was it really?
Yeah. People dug Red Dead. It's Red Dead. It's solo first, most downloads. It's Red Dead.
Red Dead was second,
and then Marinated in Bantha Milk, the first episode.
I got a couple guys, man, that are big video game guys that listen to us because they like sci-fi stuff, but they're more video games. Anytime we talk about video games, they punch right on.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I'm not a video game guy, so.
I've been playing them, really. Because I don't.
So we managed to have things that were persistent. Obviously, our hate for The Last Jedi, the movie that's
the backbone, got it.
That has been persistent. Straight jizzing, I can't believe you asshole, you made that last. And then,
the one,
obviously Guillermo del Toro.
Right. Come on, man.
Right.
I mean, that's just a given because you're the exporter in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that is
our guy, dude.
That's your fucking wheelhouse.
It's like talking to him about, Ghostbusters and him getting something fucking wrong. It's not going to happen.
I got a CAT scan the very next day.
That Back to the Future. I know that shit line.
Yeah, he would. I mean, it's like me getting wrong something about Star Wars. You corrected me on something Star Wars. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Well, you never know. Although I was listening to an episode and it was a soundbite and I corrected you on something.
About what?
And then I forget what it was exactly, but it wasn't Star Wars. But it paused for a second and then I came back at you and I went, No wonder you never get any fact checks, you motherfucker. I always correct you in mid-sentence.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. You figured me out, dude. Yeah, I figured it out.
I'm too stupid.
Never say that.
But yeah, there's that, and obviously that we overestimated The Last Jedi. We have that shame to live with. I think that's why we mention it in so many other episodes. We're trying to backtrack and redeem ourselves.
Well, you expected like the end game and stuff.
Totally.
I'm telling you, that was my biggest thing. When I walked out of that, it was like I fucking saw something like I was like in a dark place. I was like, "Ugh,
dude, you know what happened?"
Fuck. I was like, "Did I just get touched back there? I didn't ask for that."
All right, Jamie, show me on
Ryan
the doll.
Johnson did a nice little reach around on you, dude.
I was like,
Jamie, show me on the Ryan Johnson doll where you were touched.
I was like,
that happened to me. I was working at SAP.
You actually got a reach around?
Well, not the touch it in dark spot, but I was working at SAP. I'm talking about the feeling you had when you left the Last Jedi, and Indy 4 came out.
Ooh, that was not good.
Crystal Skulls. And my boss was so fucking cool at the time. He was like, listen, I bought everybody.
You told this story.
Yeah, I bought everybody on the team tickets. Yeah. And then when I was walking out, it was like, ugh, what happened? Like, you just wanted to like it so bad. Yeah, but it biases your opinion.
But honestly, though, how could you top The Last Crusade? That's really hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Last Crusade with fucking Crystal Skulls.
Sean Connery, man, it was just. But the thing about it is,
it was yucky.
They green screened that shit too much, man. They green screened the shit out of that movie.
Say Sean Connery again. I like that.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, he did that. I did that.
What did I do? I twinned my
sexy man.
Nah, just I had a little
Sean Connery.
Ornery.
He's the fucking man, dude.
He is the man. Did you ever hear him in that interview when he talks about slapping a woman? You rapping?
Oh yeah,
he slapped a woman.
Yeah, no, about like rapping her in the mouth.
He was on I want to say Carson or something like that.
It's a soundbite of that.
I thought he beat up a mobster because the mobster beat up a woman.
Maybe, but there was one point he was dead serious too, and it was like
a woman belong in the kitchen.
No, he was like, well, you tell her once and you tell her twice, and she doesn't listen. You give her a rap in the mouth like that, and he was dead serious, and like the crowd was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
Best movie he's ever been in was Hunt for Red October. I do not know why. I love that fucking
most
movie.
Underrated. I like The Untouchables, dude.
Oh shit, man!
Oh yeah,
that movie is phenomenal.
Oh,
he's awesome in that.
We're in agreement on that. That movie's good.
Oh,
dude,
are you kidding me?
The movie's good.
He brings a knife, you bring a gun.
Yeah. The cast is unbelievable in that movie, dude. I mean, how many people are freaking Oscar nominated, Oscar winners?
De Niro plays Capone.
Yeah, you got
that's
fucking.
right.
Oh my god, you got what's his face plays the young guy with the gun from Chicago, or whatever the fuck.
Giuseppe Petri. He plays George Stone. Who is Andy Garcia?
Andy Garcia. I mean, you have loads of talent in that movie.
Yeah, that makes me want to watch it again.
Yeah, the fucking
The Rock. The Rock's great.
The Rock wasn't in Untouchable. No, I'm just kidding.
Clever John.
You clever boy.
But he has great movies, man. Sean Connery, man. Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
so we kind of did these in reverse, but the plan, we did what we're looking forward to in 2020. So yes, we've been doing this for 2 years. We plan on continuing to do it, God willing, time allowing.
We get fucking paid.
That would be nice too.
That's why I'm here. You mean we're not getting paid, dude?
Here for the giggles, man. But it truly is a highlight of my week, and I truly enjoy the time that not to get overly.
You know what our fans are saying right now? Dude, get a life.
Well,
right now I'm unzipping my pants, and his hand's reaching over. He's about to jack me off right now.
Wait, Jamie,
it's been a couple weeks, so I'm gonna let it happen. So fuck you. Don't judge me.
He was going to talk about Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and all that.
That's Ghostbusters 1.
Well, we all like that one. That's why we were talking about it.
What do you?
I want to talk Vigo the Carpathian.
What do you think he calls little Jamie? He calls him Stay Puft Marshmallow.
I call him Vigo the Carpathian, dude. And I'm gonna paint a cat next to it
and a dead beaver.
Trust me. If I came anywhere near that, you'd be straight jizzing.
Yeah, straight jizzing. I know you know your way around.
I've been married for 20 years. So let's move. We good?
Yeah, we're good, man. I think I'm good. You got any more episodes, Jamie, you want to talk about?
No, we talked about all the ones I chimed in.
Yeah. So this,
I liked all the ones you guys are talking about, and then that's it. Yeah,
it's been good.
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been fun, man.
Yeah, I'm totally digging. And the content is we're not going to be shy on content. I mean, it's going to keep coming. We're going to keep talking about it for sure.
Well, let's face it. This is the age of geekdom.
Yes.
In real, it's sci-fi this,
yeah, lunch money's not going to get taken.
Nope.
Dude, those guys take the lunch monies now. They figure out a way around that shit.
No, you know what they do? They
use a debit card.
They hack into your Venmo and take it virtually.
Yeah. You gonna stuff me in that locker? All right, we'll see what happens, brother.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks for your social security number.
The geeks have most definitely inherited the earth. One thing I do want to talk about is that we'll shift gears a little bit. Some of the things that we're looking forward to. We did the whole what we're looking forward to in 2020, but more recent, we have opening this weekend. We have Bad Boys for Life.
I like Bad Boys, dude, and the second one was good. So fuck you.
No, I loved it, but I just think this is outplayed for the times. I mean, this should have been brought out 10 years ago.
I agree
not
with that.
now.
I agree. With that.
You know what was the funny thing though? It was I saw Martin Lawrence and Will Smith being interviewed, and this is so Hollywood. Like, Will Smith's like one of the nice guys in Hollywood, right?
Martin Lawrence is a douche, I heard.
Well, Martin Lawrence, I don't know much about him. I heard that he had some shady beginnings, and he did have this like almost nervous breakdown. And Dave Chappelle actually talked about, he met Martin Lawrence. He knows Martin Lawrence to be a person that was strong and
the show called Martin and all that. Yeah.
And he said, what broke him down? He said, what's sick? Is it Hollywood or is it the person? And he basically said that it was Hollywood that can fuck your ass up, and it fucked Martin Lawrence up. Long story short, I saw an interview where they were having fun with, interviewing Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and they asked each person to name each other's kids. And Martin Lawrence named all of Will Smith's kids, and Will Smith didn't know one of Martin Lawrence.
Well, it's easy to name Wills. I mean, most of them are public.
Yeah. But it just goes to show they're not friends.
No.
I know all your kids. I know all your kids. They're not friends. It's Hollywood shit.
Yeah, and
it's money. This is a paycheck for both of them, especially Martin.
Dude, Will's wife too, right? Jada Pinkett Smith. It's that her podcast where she does. I hear like a couple like snippets.
She does a podcast.
Yeah, it's like the Red Table,
but it's awesome.
Like
it
makes me cringy, man.
Why? What does she talk about?
They talk about like fucking, like what they were into. Like,
dude, she's hot, dude.
They talk about polyamorous kids.
Hell yeah, man. She's like that, like sexy bad girl. Like look.
Yeah, she can make your head spin, no doubt. But the other thing that's coming out this weekend is Doolittle.
I do. That does look good, man. I'm gonna want to put you onto it. I mean, there's some scenes in that where it's just like where the ape is scared.
Did you guys watch the trailer for
dragon
Morbius?
in it?
We did right before. I didn't care for it.
I didn't see it.
We saw a trailer for Morbius, and we saw a trailer for
Michael Keaton's at the end of it.
Ooh.
And
it's a tie-in with Spider-Man. Homecoming.
They mentioned from the studio that brought you Homecoming, Venom, and so they're trying to get this whole
Venom,
but they're trying to get it all tied together in this Spider-Verse type.
Maybe it was the deal that was.
Can we do a flashback to where like he spawns off of Spider-Man like he should?
I wish they would have.
Probably not.
The other thing I'm looking forward to as far as this weekend, opening this weekend, is this is on Sunday. Two things. That show Avenue A.
I do want to watch it. The reviews aren't good, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah, it just looks fun.
It looks like, and I love that guy that played the House.
Hugh Laurie.
Oh yeah, that dude's fucking awesome. Which House was the shit too.
Dude, I loved House.
Man. I wanted to name a show that Bream was hooked on. It was called like, it was some girl show on Netflix, but she was fucking hooked on it. And said it was funny as shit.
Fleabag?
No, it's on Netflix. Damn it!
What's it about?
It's like some girl show. It's what the fuck is that?
That doesn't help me. There's a lot of those girl shows out there. Dude.
I'll text her because
is it Mrs. Fletcher?
No.
No? All right. Well, I'm not
Name
going to guess
Netflix
anymore.
girl shows.
I'm just going to tell you.
I don't watch Netflix girl shows. I mean, I don't
Some
know.
of them are good, dude.
I do watch Will and Grace. Not Will and Grace. Gracie and Frankie.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
yeah,
good.
you said that was really
It
good.
is good.
I haven't watched the last
it.
2 seasons, but it's cool.
It is good.
Yeah.
A lot of good actors in it, man. It's funny, little satire, not satire, but like little jokes about, different kind of people
I
going
love
on.
Lily Tomlin, man. She's a comedy legend.
Yeah,
man.
they're hilarious.
Yeah. The only other thing this weekend that I'm looking forward to is they're doing the next season of Curb.
Are they?
Yeah.
I've never got into Curb.
Curb's
Everybody
good.
loved it.
Yeah.
Good Girls.
Good Girls. I don't know that one.
I think that's it.
And then for trailers, you mentioned Birds of Prey or Morbius. We just saw the latest Birds of Prey. It smells like DC stinkery.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean she's hot,
have
but I mean they have the best part of that trailer was like what was the last?
Good Girls.
scene?
Yeah, Good Girls. Confirmed.
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, her and her mom, who like doesn't watch much TV, like stay up like till all hours watching.
Is
that
it
shit.
like a reality thing? Because I know Netflix and all them are getting into
They
reality.
think it's hilarious and funny.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a go. And
you do that. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. One last thing I wanted to mention because I had a blast with the boys, my boys being my kids, playing this VR game called Shattered Lights. It's a horror game. You go in, of course, you have the VR headset on, but you do this thing, and this is where I think like 10 years we got holodeck shit happening. Where you
I'm all about
go,
the holodeck episodes too.
but you go and you take the controller and the headset and you basically scan around your room, and it does depth and tells you where your rooms, where the things in your room are, like a chair,
Like a
and all that
tricorder
stuff.
and shit.
Well, yeah, it no, not like a tricorder, but it gives you dimension. So when you go into the VR world and you start walking through hallways and you make like a left and a left and a left, it makes you feel like you're going somewhere, but you haven't like walked into your bedpost. You haven't stubbed your toe.
Oh, that's neat.
So it fools your brain into thinking that you're actually moving places, and you're really only in this 6x6 area. It's
That's
so
cool.
fucking cool, man.
Well, Ready Player One shit, man.
Yeah, dude. Wait till I get that fucking haptic suit going. Straight jizzing.
Yeah, straight jizzing with that warm and cod piece.
There better be a hole at the end of that, dude. You don't want to be like building that shit up.
And that's
It's got to be self-cleaning.
Yeah, that's the point I bring up. It's like the cleaning part, dude. It's got to be really like, you're like, what the fuck?
That's why I just want a holodeck,
It's a
man. I
sad-
want to actually be able to feel, touch,
Hell yeah.
But somebody's gotta clean the holodeck.
I was going to say the computer simulation will clean that shit up. The Enterprise cleaned itself up. You didn't know that?
Who's swab? Yeah, who's the
They
jizz?
did. They
who's the
cleaned
jizz
it.
mopper?
Well, I don't know. The Enterprise did it. Who fucking knows? Who cares?
Like, I know Jordy wasn't jizz mopping.
Yeah, fuck no. I couldn't see it. Well, maybe he could with the ultraviolet light. Dude.
Yeah, let's put this in blacklight mode. Check out the straight jizz in here. Oh my god, Picard's an animal.
He sees Riker with Flexol in his beard.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god, did Worf spill a Tide box in here? Jesus.
Oh, God. That's
All right,
hilarious.
so for episode 101, we're going to end on that high note. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week's episode of the Nick, Giant, and Jamie Show. We're on all the social media, so look for us at NJJ Show. And if you're so inclined, subscribe to the show. Have an awesome week, everybody.